Welcome to TMZ Sports. Michael J. Babcock here with two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. What's up, Renee?
What's up, Babcock?
I think Evan is only going to abandon us for one more day. We're going to hold it down again. And are we ever starting with the crazy story? I think I kind of say this a lot, but this is really
the craziest,
the wildest story I have ever worked on, Renee. Wow. Joe Montana, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, had a terrifying situation over the weekend. So if people haven't heard about this yet, here's the story. So Saturday afternoon around 5 p.m., Joe Montana is hanging out with his wife, Jennifer, at their Malibu, California home. It's right on the beach in a really fancy neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood is rich. Beautiful neighborhood. Okay, well, a 39-year-old woman, a total stranger, walked off the street and into Joe's house using an unlocked door. Once this woman was in the house, she actually made her way to the room of Joe's 9-month-old grandchild who was sleeping in a playpen. She grabbed the baby, Renee. Thankfully, Jennifer and Joe heard a commotion and rushed to the room where they confronted this woman. Now, at first, the lady is holding their granddaughter, so they don't want to get physical. So they try and de-escalate the situation verbally. It doesn't work. The lady would not get rid of the baby. So Jennifer Montana is then forced to physically confront this woman, and they basically tussle over the baby. Jennifer thankfully gets the baby back in her own hands. And at that point, the woman makes a run for it. She books straight out of the house. Joe Montana gives chase, is chasing this woman outside. By pure luck, there happened to be a deputy, an LA County Sheriff's deputy, outside working on an unrelated case. So Joe flags down this person and tells her, this lady just tried to kidnap my grandchild. So the deputy starts looking for this woman. Thankfully, he found her shortly after, and he was able to place her under arrest with little incident. She went pretty calmly. Now she has been arrested for kidnapping as well as for breaking into Joe's house. She was taken to the LA County jail where she is being held on $150,000 bail. I think most importantly, the baby was not hurt. So the 9-month-old grandchild is okay. But just
Becca, let me tell you something. First of all, I have so many questions. First of all, seeing as how I'm a woman, and this was a woman that came into the house, I'm fighting her. Like, I'm street fighting her. Like, she wouldn't have made it out of the house. Let's get ready to rumble. Once we got the baby in our possession, like once I have my 9-month-old granddaughter in my possession, it's going down in that house. Like, I can't even imagine. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking, well, why was their door open? I'm from West Virginia, and we have our door open a lot. It's not that it's okay, but I understand in certain neighborhoods you feel comfortable leaving your door open. However, if a random woman walks into my house with her own free will, like now it's up to me to decide how she walks out. Like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, I'm fighting her. Like, I understand Joe's a man. He might not want to do that. If I'm Joe's wife, Jennifer, I'm boxing her. Like, we got to fight. Like, I'm fighting.
You know, I guarantee you a lot of people are going to feel the same way. Like, you just tried to take my grandchild?
And you're running down the street. They would have thought that this was a track competition. I would be on it. I would be a raging lunatic. If you walk in my house, think about a 9-month-old. Think about how small they are. And I see a stranger even touching them, holding them. I'm losing it. Like, the intruder is lucky that there was a cop on the block. If it was me, that would have been the best thing that ever happened to them. I would have went all the way J.R. Smith. I would have lost it.
Renee, you know, one of the funniest parts about what is otherwise a really serious story is that when Joe Montana played football, he was known for being super cool, calm, and collected, so much so that his nickname was Joe Cool. Well, look at this photo. Joe was not going to let a little attempted kidnapping and a chase in the streets of Malibu stop him from going and getting his sushi with his wife Saturday night at Nobu in Malibu. So Joe Cool at 64. Still very much.
Wait a minute. Time out. They went to Nobu after somebody just tried to steal their grandbaby. That makes the story even wilder. Listen, Jennifer, if somebody thinks that would ever happen again, you have to knock them out. I would set the tone. People are not gonna just walk into your house, steal your babies.
I can promise you this: no one after this segment, Renee, is ever going to step foot in your house.
Try Jesus. Please don't try me.